Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Tuesday, April 2nd, the original Yankees Morning Show. It is your guy, Hector, and I'm joined by my co-host, my guy, Mr. TC Stills. And all you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. TC, how are you feeling? The New York Yankees, we are 5-0, big fella.
High fives all around to all our Yankee brothers and sisters out there. Can't believe it. 5-0. Impressed. Super impressed with this team.
Yes.
Love it. Love the discipline. Love the fire. Anthony Volpe, unconscious. Hey, how about Luis Hill? Good performance. Let's go.
Shout out to Luis Hill. Shout out to Anthony Volpe. Hide your chicken parmesan because Anthony Volpe is on a mission to start this good young season. And one note that I wanted to take away from Anthony Volpe, 87 pitches he has seen. And this young season is very young. It's just 5 games. I get it. He's played in 4 of them. He's seen 87 pitches, and he's swung and missed at only 3 of them. Last year, Anthony Volpe, by this time, first 4 games, he already struck out like 10, 20 times. So far, Anthony Volpe, he is in control of the strike zone. That swing path is a whole lot different. This is day and night. And to all you Yankee fans out there, specifically my guy, Michael Caputo, all you Yankee fans that hated on Anthony Volpe, I'm guilty of it. I threw some criticisms on Volpe this offseason. I was talking about Gunnar Henderson in the draft. Shame on me, poo-poo on me. But Anthony Volpe, he is gearing up for a big-time season. Folks in the chat, let us know. TC, go ahead, bro, before I do the roll call.
Yeah. You know, shout out to Caputo. Thanks to him, I'm wearing my hat like this until the Yankees lose. He's good luck. You know, hey, we might go 162-0 because I like the feel of this hat. I think it's gonna work. I don't know about you guys, but you know, hey, this team is it's a different team. It's a totally different team. So yeah, what were you gonna say, Hector? What do you got?
My guy TC is on a different level this morning because when we have the conversations about Anthony Volpe, and I'm gonna just pause real quick because I want to shout out the chat. One of the best chat bets out there on YouTube. Shout out to that guy, my guy. I'm tired is in the building. Anthony Medina, mi hermano de la Islas, in the building. Anthony, how you doing? Salute. Uncle Grandpa Tats is in the building. Yes, my guy G-Man for life is in the building. G-Man, how you doing? Even though he's a Met fan, my guy Johnny Jimenez, it's all love, Johnny. Hope all is well. My friend Shanti is in the chat. Shanti, hope all is well. My guy Acevedo's in the building. Anthony Garcia, my man from DR. Anthony, hope all is well. Of course, the wise sage of the Yankees community, my guy Sunil is in the building.
Sunil.
Impeachable 693 is in the building. How you doing? Who else we got up in here? Uncle Grandpa Tats. We can never forget Uncle Grandpa Tats. Javier Velez is in the building. My guy Ness is in the building. My brother from Yankees Twitter, Chris N, is in the building. AK-47. Haven't seen AK
Where's
in a
he?
minute. AK, I hope all is well. I hope the fam is
Good to
doing
see
well.
you.
And my guy Norman Soto is in the building. And Yankee fans, let us know how you feeling about the 5-0 start to the season. TC, this is the first time in 32 years the New York Yankees start the season 5-0. And I know a lot of people say you can never use the word impossible, right? It's impossible for a team to go 162-0. I get that. It's baseball at the end of the day.
That's
but
right.
With the way that this team is feeling right now, we are 5-0. And this is a message to the rest of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees from 2023, 82-80. That's not your regular New York Yankees. The rest of Major League Baseball is on notice right now. Just like my guy TC said, we're stepping on necks, we're kicking teeth in their mouths, and we're taking no names. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, it's a completely different team. MLB is in for a rude awakening. This ain't the same old Yankees like years past. This is a new team, discipline. They got some fire. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders. I mean, if the offense is picking up the pitching, is picking up the offense. I mean, the guys are rallying around each other. I mean, they're not perfect. There's things on this team that need to be fixed.
Of course.
But hey, they are coming through. They're getting clutch hitting. The defense is much better. Verdugo in left, Soto with his arm. He saved the game in game 1. Verdugo saved the game the other night in Houston with the diving catch. Even Aaron Boone said, "Oh shit, that's a base hit," and Verdugo came in and got it. So there's some guys like Aaron Judge, Rizzo, Stanton haven't stepped up yet. But guess what? Everybody else is rallying around them and coming through. Oswaldo, what more can you say? This guy, has come through with clutch hit after clutch hit, home runs. And I want to credit. Hold on, before we go ahead, I want to credit Aaron Boone this year, right now.
Do it
because he has stuck with a lineup and he hasn't changed it. He's gone with the hot hand. He's kept Oswaldo in the lineup. As in the beginning, we all thought, "Oh, Birdie's going to be." No, Oswaldo got hot and he stayed in the lineup, and I want to credit him for doing that because we've been clamoring for that all the time. Stop putting the hot guy on the bench, and he didn't, and he's done it. He's keeping these guys in, and I like and it's not a B lineup. Every night's like A lineup. So credit to him and James Rosen, the new hitting coach. Credit to him too.
Credit to James Rosen because he definitely deserves some credit. Before I go to him, shout out to my guy Al in the chat. He says, "I don't care about the 5-0 start. I care about tonight. Nestor versus Zach Gallen. I think this is going to be a test when it comes to Nestor Cortez. He already has some Yankee fans already chirping. But shout out to my guy, my brother from another mother, my guy Rod Thompson with the $9.99 super chat. Rod, I appreciate you like always, my guy. Rod says, "I'm enjoying the ride, but I also appreciate that this lineup has the capability of not being in prolonged slumps because of their balance and approach at the plate." I'm going to just leave that on the screen for a couple of seconds because
that's the key.
It's a perfect segue to the conversation I wanted to have about James Rosen. And they said it yesterday during the broadcast. I've been saying it, TC, dating back to last year. You can have talking about analytics, and I know a lot of Yankee fans, they hate that word analytics. You can have all the analytics you want in the world, right? It's just extra data. If you don't have the right people in place to take that data, interpretate it, and put it into play, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. I said that so many times last year. James Rosen is the perfect guy who can take that data, interpret it properly, and make it palatable so players can adjust to it and take that information and go to work with it. And you can see it. After that at-bat, Oswaldo Cabrera, when he his first at-bat, he went right to the dugout and went right to James Rosen, and they had a conversation about his approach at the plate. You can see it. No shade to Dylan Lawson. There's no hate, anything like that. He is a professional. He's been in big league clubhouses. I haven't. TC hadn't. But there's a difference when you have a guy who is at the major leagues, who's done it at the major leagues, and who's been around major league players his entire life, than a guy who just worked in the college area and in the college realm. There's a stark difference between James Rosen and Dylan Lawson. Go ahead, TC.
No, you said it all. I mean, Dylan Lawson had a different approach. Hit the ball hard. Okay, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but you got to make the pitchers work. You gotta have discipline, and you can see that now. These guys are spitting on that little pitch right outside. I mean, they're not giving in, and you can see that these starting pitchers on the opposing teams are done by the third or fourth inning. They did it in Houston. They did it last night. They're just 75, 80 pitches in the fourth inning. I mean, that's rough. This lineup is tough. These up and down, and they're not even hitting on all cylinders. But
last night in that third inning, TC, you said it, 80 pitches when they took the guy out in the third inning.
Yeah.
And the first inning, that man threw about 35 pitches.
30
in that first inning.
30 pitches first inning. Yeah. Yeah.
Second inning, he got it up to over 50. And in that third inning, that young man was gassed and he was tapping, waving a white flag.
Yeah.
This is a different approach. Last year, I said it, and I got my guy NFE backstage. I'll bring him up momentarily. Last year, I said it. I mean, I said it on the last episode. When it comes to last year's team, in the fifth inning, in the sixth inning, it felt like we was getting no hit every game. It felt like it was a perfect game. It was a no hitter against the New York Yankees every game last year. So far, when you look at the first 5 games, the first 4 games, put aside Arizona, first 4 games, the Yankees were trailing going into that 6th inning every game. And every game we came back after the 6th inning. Last year, TC, how many comeback wins did we have? Matter of fact, we're on a 5-game winning streak. Do you know what our longest winning streak was last year? How many games in a row?
3?
Last year? 5. We already matched our longest winning streak from last year, and we're only into the first 5 games of the season. Just let that sink into your head, Yankee fans.
Different feel. Yeah.
Different feel. I got to bring something up. Uncle Grandpa, I believe it's Uncle Grandpa Tats just brought us the 3 coffees. Uncle Tats, thank you for helping us keep the lights on. We're seeing a team effort. Be scared, MOB. The Yankees are back. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I get it. I see a lot of the naysayers. I see a lot of the Met fans.
Yeah, it's early.
Tampa Bay, Baltimore fans, Dodger fans. It's early. It's the first 5 games of the season. Relax. I'm going to tell you this, TC. Those same folks, if the Yankees were to start the season 0-5, they'll be jumping for joy right now. They'll be saying the Yankees are washed. The Yankee fans would be like, it's just the first 5 games of the season. So what? Yankees are done. But for some reason, when the Yankees are up, and when it's up, it is up. They're not giving us the same type of respect, TC.
No, they never do. I mean, they're the most hated team. They want to be a Yankee. They want to be a fan, but they can't because they'll jump ship. But even the first game had us all on pins and needles with the 4-0. Down 4-0. We thought, oh, this ends of the world. Nestor sucks. Trade him. Trade everybody. The schemes. And you know what? Ever since that, it went on a streak, 5-0. I mean, yeah, they were behind last year. They never came back. They never rallied. It was just, dead. Just a dead team. You could see it. The attitudes in the dugout, they were all down. I mean, if Judge wasn't hitting, everybody wasn't hitting. This year, Judge isn't hitting and everyone else is rallying. So it's a totally different feel. These guys are, it's just a good feeling this year out the gate. I said it. A lot of us have said it, that the Yankees needed to get off to a hot start. And this is exactly what they needed. Don't forget, they just went into Houston and took 4 games. They never beat Houston in Houston. They never do. I mean, they're a thorn in their side. So sorry, all you naysayers out there. We're going to celebrate the 5-0 start. Hey, it's early, but we're celebrating. We're going to go in Arizona. We're going to sweep them too. So how you like that?
Just want to shout out my guy Richie Rivera from Empire State of Baseball. ESB is in the building. Right. I'll be on later tonight with my guy Richie Rivera. Shout out to Richie Rivera. Hope all is well. Salute to you, my guy. 3 capital S's. Now I'm going to bring up my guy NFE to join us in the conversation. Let me just switch this over real quick. Producer Celso, you gotta. Oh, there it is.
There he is.
There it is. NFE. I'm not going to touch no buttons. Celso.
Yeah. Get the hat.
You got that. Lean the hat forward, NFB.
Get it going.
Lean the hat forward,
Caputo, 5-0.
before I
Caputo.
throw it over to my guy NFP, I just want to bring this up real quick pertaining to Anthony Volpe. I'm gonna put this up real quick. When you look at Anthony Volpe's stats, I got to get this banner on the bottom. He's hitting 571. He has 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He has an OPS of 1667. Anthony Volpe is the only Yankee in franchise history, and we have a lot of Hall of Famers and legends in this franchise, but Volpe is the only Yankee in franchise history with at least a 550 batting average, a 650 on base percentage, 1,000 slugging, and 5 runs scored in the first 4 games of the season. Put some respect on Chicken Parmesan. And my guy, hold on, Anthony Medina. Oh, where'd it go? It just got deleted. Well, Anthony Medina just brought us 3 coffees. I got to wait to bring that
Medina.
Up. Thank you so much, Medina. Just waiting for it on the bottom. Oh, here it is right here. Anthony Medina with the 3 coffees. He said, let's go, Yankees. We're off to a very good start. I hope they keep it up. This team looks very different, and hopefully this plays out for the rest of the season. Great job, Hector and TC. Of course, Anthony Medina, mi hermano, I appreciate you. And I can't wait for April 20th for a lot of you folks with the NYYU community. We'll be linking up in Yankee Stadium, having a good time. NFE, my brother, speak on it. Did you have your chicken parm for dinner last night?
No chicken parm. I had something else, but it was still good.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was so good. But anything tastes good at this point. So
speak on it.
Yeah,
Speak on it. Go
5-0,
ahead, brother.
Everything tastes good.
Yeah, oh,
yes,
yeah. Oh yeah, bro. But Volpe, man, unreal. Like his approach to the plate, it's a complete 180.
Yeah,
a complete 180. And he went 4 for 4 yesterday. It was like, who is this guy? You know, I didn't know who he was. I mean,
that's what I was saying.
This is what was that?
That's what I was saying. I'm like, who is this? Who's this team?
Yeah. I was like, who is this team? My God, it's like this team has turned it around. And you know, shout out to James Rosen. You see the effect already. You know, and that was Judge's call right there. You know, the Judge was the one who asked for him. You know, Judge, right? Keep in mind, you know, that's Judge's doing right there, right? With the addition of James Rosen, with the addition, obviously of Alex Verdugo, even, you know, Juan Soto, the Yankees have been trying to go after him for quite some time. So, you know, we know the Yankees wanted Juan Soto from, you know, for a while, right? We knew that. But Rosen, though, I was confident in him. You know, when he was asked how he was going to approach the lineup, he said that he was going to, you know, work with each player's, you know, strengths and weaknesses. He didn't have like a one-step approach of just hit the ball hard, just hit it out of the ballpark. Like, not everybody's trying to hit it out of the ballpark. And they won the game yesterday without hitting a home run. Let that sink in for a minute. So,
there you go.
You know, and you know, the only concern with the bats last night, and not to take any of the positivity away, because I have no complaints, is that after that 3rd inning, they didn't score any more runs. The bats kind of cooled down a little bit. So
no, and that's a valid critique, because you always want your team never to take the foot off the gas, but it felt like with the way that Luis Hill was pitching, we got to take a second and give some credit to Luis Hill. That's also there was so many Yankee fans, and rightfully so. Yankee fans were complaining, we need to add starting pitching. We need to add Blake Snell. We need to add whoever you want to insert into the conversation. Yankee fans were saying we need to add them. But Luis Hill last night, he showed in a very impressive way as well. I want to read off his stats real quick. Just give me 1 second. As I read off, Luis Hill last night, he threw 21 pitches, right? And of those 21 pitches, they were over 98 miles per hour, topping off at 100. It's effortless gas. As long as Hill is healthy, he will be a massive asset for the New York Yankees. And whatever role they put him in, be it as a starter or that Michael King role coming out of the bullpen, he currently has closer stuff. The sky is the limit when your arm is that electric. And he pitched 4 1/3. He struck out 6 batters. Luis Hill, yesterday's game, That's how you respond after coming back from Tommy John surgery. TC, I'll throw it over to you and give us your take when it comes to the young man, Luis Hill, and then throw it over to NFE. And folks in the chat, are you buying the Luis Hill train? Or are you getting a ticket to jump on the train? Go ahead, TC.
Yeah. I was very impressed right off the bat. You know, the first inning, very impressive. I mean, throwing heat, hitting 100. Had a little question marks as far as the control. He got a little wild there, but you know, he has hit and miss stuff. I mean, the swing and miss stuff. I mean, it's just these guys couldn't catch up to it. You know, 98. Yeah, like this says there, effortless gas. You know, mixes pitches up pretty well. Didn't get into too much trouble. High pitch count, but you know, I would have liked Aaron Boone to have kept him in there to complete the inning, get the win. But you know, he doesn't care the win. They don't care about wins and losses as pitchers. They just
baseball
want
in 2024.
Win the game. Got to you know, protect his arm. We need him, you know, through the season. We can't just let him go out there and throw over 100 pitches first game. So I like Aaron Boone's approach. You know, he mix and match with some of the bullpen guys, you know, give a rest. But Luis Hill overall, yes, very impressive. And the kid's a real deal. Electric stuff. Electric.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Go ahead, NFE. And shout out to the chat as well. I see my guy Chris N from Yankees Pod. And if you guys aren't on Twitter, what are you doing? Join Twitter, join the conversation, join the spaces. We had NFE on Twitter, on Yankees Twitter spaces over the weekend. It was a good conversation. But my guy Chris N said he is driving the train. He is the conductor of the Luis Hill train. Go ahead, NFE.
Yeah, I was sold on Hill. When I saw him pitch during spring training, I'm like, this guy needs to be on. He needs to make the cut. You know, whether it was as a starter or as a bullpen guy, he needed to be there. You know. So I know there was a debate whether it should be him or Will Warren. But when the Yankees picked Luis Hill, that was a good decision. I mean, it made all the sense. He pitched better than Will Warren, right? I'm not taking anything away from Will Warren, but he had a better spring training than he did. And when they named him as the fifth guy in the rotation, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with this. This guy's gonna do well. This guy's gonna pitch well. He's gonna impress all of us, and he did. And I'm with TC. I wish they didn't pull him. I wish they let him finish out the inning, but I understand if they were trying to keep him to a certain count. I do understand that. And you know, let's not forget these guys have to stay healthy too. So we have to think about that. We don't want a repeat of last year where, you know, guys were getting hurt left and right and you had a skeleton roster and you were just plugging in just random names that weren't going to contribute nothing, unfortunately. But, you know, now though, it's not the case. So, you know, these guys have to stay healthy. It's very important.
I success. And I get that, NFE, right? And that's a valid point, right? But that's what makes the New York Yankees right now. That's what makes this 5-0 start even better, because as of right now, the New York Yankees, as we are, right, we aren't even whole. We are in whole right now. We're still missing Garrett Cole. We're still missing DJ LeMahieu. Jason Dominguez is not back, right? He's going to be in the minors. He's not back either. So this team, with everything that you just laid out, NFE, valid points, right? You can add in not having a true closer in Clay Holmes. That's a valid point as well. But even with all of that, the New York Yankees are 5-0, and we look like we have an offense that we haven't seen in a long time. When you have Alex Verdugo impacting the game defensively, and the kid he only has 2 hits so far as a Yankee, that says something, right? When you have Aaron Judge, Yankees are 5. How many times we watch Yankee games, and if Aaron Judge doesn't get a hit or Aaron Judge doesn't get a home run, you can automatically mark that in the books as a loss. The fact that Aaron Judge only has 2 hits within our first 5 games and we're 5-0, that says a lot. Because we're not sitting back waiting for Aaron Judge to save us, to carry us. We have a whole squad 1 through 9 that's able to step up. When you have the bottom part of the lineup, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters contributing the way that they're contributing right now, last year 7, 8, and 9, they were automatic outs. Hell, you could say the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters last year were automatic outs. It's not like that this year. You got Oswaldo Cabrera, who the Yankees, like you said, TC, ride that hot hand until he gets cold. When he gets cold, then you can see what you got from Birdie. But as of right now, you got to ride that hot hand when it comes to Oswaldo Cabrera. What's your thoughts on that, TC, and then throw it over to NFP?
Yeah, also we can't forget that they're scoring runs without the home run. I mean, like last night, the sacrifice fly turned into 2 runs, because of Volpe's speed, Cabrera's speed. I mean, these guys, even in the Houston series, that game with Austin Wells laid down a bunt and made the pitcher throw. We got runs out of that. And we're making these teams look silly. This is what we looked like years ago. I mean, we're putting the ball in play and making them make a play. And we're seeing guys run from first to third. They're scoring from first. They're scoring from second. I mean, last year we needed 5 hits to score a run. I mean, it was ridiculous. And this year it's a lot different. So, hats off to Boone, whatever, the lineup construction and giving these guys a green light to go and take that extra base because that's how you win games. That's back in the day, used to call it National League Baseball, hitting, bunting, getting runners over, scoring without a hit. That's what I like to see, a walk, a stolen base, hit the guy, hit to the right side and a sac fly. I mean, that's how it's done because you can't sit around nowadays and wait for the home run. No, we're not hitting a lot of home runs. I mean, Aaron Judge, nothing. Stanton, he's got 1. Soto has 1. Cabrera 2. I mean, it's not many home runs. They're not doing it at the home runs, and that's a key. That's what I like to see.
Tyler Tabbitt, love you, my guy. Hopefully I see you out at the stadium this year. Hopefully you be at the event April 20th as well. Shout out to you, my guy, Tyler Tabbitt. Go ahead, NFE. I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, TC pointed out a lot of things. They're back to fundamentals baseball, or fundamental baseball, should I say, like Richie was saying, right? That's what they're doing. That's what this team needed to get back to. They were missing all of that in all of 2023, where this year they're creating opportunities and they're seizing every moment that they have. So they're getting the hits, they're getting the runs, they're taking advantages of any opportunity that they can get with the bunts and the 2 runs that they scored yesterday against Arizona. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. And when those little things do add up, those small moves, those small things that the Yankees are doing right now, they've been adding up. So that's the reason why they're 5-0 right now. They're not just depending on the home run ball. So they're not depending on the long ball. And how many times did we see last year where it was just, like TC said, they 5 hits, 6 hits, and they only score 2 runs? And
maybe,
maybe, right? Yeah, maybe. Because scoring a run was an absolute mission for them. And, the lineup is consistent, right? Boone is not having to change it up. But as far as last year, Boone had to do that a lot because he was given a garbage roster. So, there's some blame on Boone, but there's also some blame on the front office. But, that we could save that for another day. Yeah. Go for it.
My fault. Just give me 1 second. I want to shout out my guy Oswaldo in the chat with the $10 super chat. Oswaldo says, "Thank you, Hector, and the whole crew for allowing me to plug my Spanish baseball channel here. We had 25 subs, and now we are over 240. Thanks for the love. We will get better. Sub, guys. Listen, Oswaldo, one thing that I always say, if you support us over here and you're a content creator, let us know so we can all support each other. There's enough views, there's enough likes, there's enough subs for all of us to be in this together. It shouldn't be a competition. I appreciate you for those kind words, but my guy, just know that the same support you give me is the same support that I will give you, and I show up and support everybody that shows up and supports me. Appreciate you, Oswaldo. If you want,
family over here.
Throw the link in the chat. So if anybody who hasn't subscribed, they could go over there and hit that subscribe button. While I'm doing it, make sure you guys go and subscribe to my guy NFE. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to my guy Richie Rivera, Empire State of Baseball. Uncle Grandpa Tats was in the chat as well. And if there's any other content creators in the building I left out, please let me know. And like Richie said, we grow together. My guy Jason from 161 River Ave. Shout out to Jason.
Joe,
appreciate you like always. My guy Joseph Caputo from the Shift. Definitely appreciate you as well. And also, I want to throw this out there. Some of you guys may call me corny for what I'm about to say, but fuck that. I'm going to wear my corny hat for this one. I am the captain of the Aaron Boone Cupcake Brigade. I don't know what cupcakes he's given to the folks in the clubhouse, but whatever protein cupcakes he's given to these guys, keep on giving those cupcakes, because the way that this offense, it's a total 180 from last year. Gleyber Torres, even though he hasn't had any real impacts when it comes to his bat, he's still having good at bats. That last inning against Josh Hader, he was able to get on base and come around when Juan Soto hit that run. I mean, hit that single to score.
On base.
Everybody is having good at bats. And like I said, I am the captain of the Aaron Boone Cupcake Brigade team. I'm gonna get me a t-shirt and everything when it comes to that. I want.
Yeah, by the way, you're looking sharp over there with the blazer. You're ready for prime time over there. Prime time.
Thank you. Me and NFE, we had a meeting with the HR department, and they told me I had to start dressing better. So that's why. That's why. So I thank you, NFE, for taking me to that
skinny Hector. The
meeting.
Skinny Hector is looking.
Dude, I'm loving this. I'm loving this thin Hector right now, dude.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. I want to bring up the lineup real quick, right? And as I bring up the lineup, we're going to do something now. We did it when I first came with Yankees Morning Brew, reading the lineup the day after. We went away from it last season, but we're going to come back with it this season. So I'm going to bring up the Yankees starting lineup from yesterday, and I'm going to throw it over to my guy, TC Stills. TC, if you want, read the lineup down and then just do the at-bats and the hits for the folks. Go ahead, brother.
All right, so leading off was Gleyber Torres. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI. Juan Soto batting second, 0 for 3, but 2 walks, no worries. Aaron Judge was 1 for 5. Anthony Rizzo was 0 for 3, runs scored and a walk. Giancarlo Stanton, DH, had a walk, but 0 for 3. Slow start, but I think he's going to get going here. Alex Verdugo, 0 for 3, had 1 walk, 1 run. Anthony Volpe, the star of the game, 4 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. He's looking nice. And Austin Wells, catcher, 0 for 3. 1 RBI, slow, but he's getting some good at bats. And then our boy Waldo, batting ninth, 1 for 4, again another RBI and a run scored.
I mean, like, what more can you say about Oswaldo Cabrera? I said it. Shout out to Keith McPherson, who was hosting a Twitter space. Yep. I was up there with Keith. We was talking about it, but I said it. Oswaldo Cabrera, he is the definition. Hold on 1 second. We have my guy Joe in the chat says about Stanton. Oswaldo Cabrera, he is the definition of taking that opportunity that is given to you and running with it, right? And he is running with this chance. You never want to root for anybody to get injured, right? The injury for DJ LeMahieu, we get it. It's a love-hate relationship between Yankee fans and DJ LeMahieu. It was unfortunate. But when that injury happens, when it presents itself, you take your opportunity and you just try to win it. Now, hopefully, Oswaldo Cabrera can stay with this job, stay hot, but if the time comes that you got to move over for Birdie or DJ, so be it. But as of right now, he's taking that opportunity. Go ahead, and if you give us your take when it comes to Waldo.
I'm loving it. I'm loving Waldo right now. He was a concern for me, right, for obvious reasons, because whenever he would go up to the plate, he would swing and miss. He would get out. He wouldn't produce, right? But spring training comes around. He is struggling at the plate big time, right? But then he turns it around towards the end of spring training. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm liking this turnaround that he's having. So DJ's hurt, Peraza's hurt. Time for him to step up. Let's see what he does. What does he do? He explodes. I mean, he just is like, he shocked me so far. I mean, I'm in shock in how well he's been playing. But I think these injuries to DJ and Peraza, I think he used that as like a kind of a motivation for him to be like, all right, I need to step up and I need to show everybody that I do have what it takes. I don't know. These first 5 games, I have been very happy with his performance. He's looked great at the plate. So hope, and I'm glad Boone has not taken him out of the lineup. So he's on fire right now. Let that fire keep burning. So I'm expecting him to continue on this hot streak. You know, there's going to be a few games where he might have a cold bat, but that happens to every player. But I think this is going to be a good year for him, and I'm liking how he's coming out. I'm loving it.
And then also, you got to love the versatility. Oswaldo Cabrera, he doesn't just play one position. He plays third base. He plays shortstop. He can play second. He can play first. He can play the corner outfield. They tried them in center field last year. It didn't really work that well. But Oswaldo, he's a Swiss Army man. He could play all over the field. He may not play gold glove defense like Birdie did. Shout out to Birdie for that amazing play at third base against Houston. But he plays defense above the major league average. He's still a solid defender at his position. It may not be a gold glove type of fielding, but he can still do it above average job from the major league level. Before we get to the pitching side of things, I got some chats I want to shout out. Shout out my guy, big time Jerry Cadell in the chat. Big time Jerry, how you doing? We've been doing many things right. Look like the real thing. Absolutely, Jerry. I hope these Yankees are making you happy. My guy Kristen Castillo in the chat. Hill could be our closer when it's all said and done. Listen, he has phenomenal stuff, whether it's 1 or 2 innings. Luis Hill, that fastball, atomic fastball with movement, you can't deny that one right there. I'm tired in the chat says, that's what I'm saying. We are missing our A lineup because Dominguez is not in it. Missing our A rotation because Garrett Cole is not in it. Missing top bullpen arms like Tommy Kahnle and Scott Efros as well. That is a good point. But I got a question here from our friend Al in the chat. I have a question. When Cole comes back, wouldn't it be a good start for him as a reliever for a couple of days after his rehabs just to get him settled in? I'll throw it over to you, NFE, and then TC before I give my opinion on it. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm gonna disagree with that one. He's gonna get his rehab starts, right? I think you plug him into the rotation right away. As soon as he's coming back, because they did that with Rodon last year. They could have started him in the bullpen. They didn't do that. You know, they put him in the rotation immediately after his rehab starts. So you need to do the same thing with Cole. And honestly, I don't know that Cole would appreciate that starting him in the bullpen. No way. That's our ace. So, no, you plug him into the rotation after those rehab starts.
Go ahead, TC. And it is a good question for some Yankee fans that are out there. Appreciate that, Al. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, good question. But no, I'm with NFE. I disagree that Garrett Cole, he's a seasoned veteran. He comes in, he comes right back into the rotation. He's going to get his rehab starts. We'll see how the elbow, reacts down in, to AA, single, wherever he's going to do a rehab, and they'll go from there. So it might be 2-3 starts before he gets in there, but no, I'm not, easing him in and putting him in the bullpen now. No, we have enough guys in the bullpen. And actually, before the comment before with Kahnle and Efros, I don't think we even need them right now. This bullpen looks on fire. I mean, honestly, Nick Birdie out of nowhere, Ian Hamilton. Those two, we were watching the game with NFE, and NFE thought Birdie was Hamilton. I mean, they look the same velocity, the same bulldog mentality out there. I mean, the Cashman and company find these guys. I tell you, it's amazing. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they look like they had the same build. That's why I was like, they put I was like, oh no, that's Birdie. I was like, what the? What is?
Hamilton wears the hat low, like right behind, like this, like.
I need to study.
They look the same. Yeah.
What's funny is that I think I see AA in the chat. Shout out to AA in the building. Trying to look for his chat to bring it up. But what's funny is that when they were talking about it in the broadcast yesterday, they kept bringing it up. They're like, yeah, John Birdie could be this year's version of Ian Hamilton. And first thing that came into my head is like, he fucking looks like Ian Hamilton already. Yeah. So it is this year's version of Ian Hamilton. But credit to Brian Cashman, credit to the front office. They seem to find these guys. They seem to find guys every year, plug into the bullpen every single year for the past 5 or 6 seasons, or even back to when Mariano retired, because we had Betances afterwards, Andrew Miller. The Yankees have been able to create and cultivate a solid bullpen year in and year out. When you look at Clay Holmes, and I get it, the criticism of Clay Holmes, and he is a ground ball pitcher. The reason why balls are being hit through the infield is It's because he's a ground ball pitcher. They're just finding those holes. That's what happens when you have a ground ball pitcher. This is when you know Clay Holmes is not on, when he can't find the strike zone.
Yeah.
When Clay Holmes is walking guys. When Clay Holmes is throwing up there batting practice, spinning sliders, and he's getting hit for home runs. That's when you know Clay Holmes is not on. Cool. The criticisms against Clay Holmes, TC, you've heard me, NFE, you heard me. I would rather have a closer that's a strikeout pitcher and not a ground ball pitcher. Because when you're ground ball pitcher, those ground balls, they can find those holes, especially in the postseason. In the postseason, you need a closer who's a strikeout guy. But when it comes to Clay Holmes, he still gets the job done. He still can get it done. It may not be the prettiest. Maybe just like John Wetland back in the 90s, may not be the prettiest, but it still gets the job done.
He had us nervous.
I'll throw it over to you to touch on the bullpen real quick and then give us your take and your assessment of Clay Holmes. And folks in the chat, I'm going to throw out the link to the open panel in a few minutes. We're going to rock out to about like 12:25, 12:30 before we got to get out of here. Go ahead, NFE.
Yeah, with the bullpen, I mean, yeah, like TC said, how do they find these guys? Where do they find them? It's names that I've never heard of. And then you see these guys come out of the bullpen and they look like superstars already. Brian Cashman, and I've said this before, right? And I'll say this again. I'm not one to really go and bash him all the time because I know some people will do it. I won't do it. Do I think he makes mistakes? Absolutely he does. Do I think he should have made moves that he should have made? Definitely. Has he made some bad moves? Yeah, absolutely. But he's also made a lot of great moves too. And with the bullpen pitching or with the pitchers, he's got a good eye for it. And having Matt Blake as your pitching coach, he does wonders with these guys. I know some folks were having some question marks about the bullpen. I didn't. I felt good. I felt really good about the bullpen, especially with all these arms that they acquired. And the other thing with these arms is that Cashman gets them on a steal. He gets them on a steal. Like he got Clayton Beater, for example, right? And for Joey Gallo, like, come on, like is this for real? Like Cashman pulled that off. Great. That's awesome. As far as
just
Clay
got another
Holmes,
one yesterday.
What was that?
Yeah.
We just got another one yesterday. Jake Cousins.
The cousins of Kirk Cousins. Jake Cousins is the cousins of Kirk Cousins. There's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times.
Sinker slider guy. Looks like the same pitcher. Same guy. Yep.
Yeah, and he was activated to the roster. They DFA'd Tanner Tully. So which was weird, but hey, whatever. But let's see what Matt Blake does with him, with Cousins. So with Clay Holmes, look, we were so spoiled with Mariano Rivera that we want all of our closers to be like Mariano Rivera. And let's face it, there's never going to be another Mariano Rivera. We have to accept that. We have to accept that. There's been other closers in the past that have said, "Oh, this is the next Mariano. This guy's better than Mariano." Nope. Not just for the Yankees, just any team, any closer for any team. There's just not going to be another Mariano. We just have to accept that. I hate to accept it, right? As a Yankees fan, but with Clay Holmes, look, he does get the job done. Do I have my seatbelt on? Absolutely. Does my heart start beating? Yeah, you better believe it. He gets the job done though, man. I don't really have any complaints about Clay Holmes. Hopefully and his numbers are actually not that bad. I mean, he's got some great numbers. There was like a chart between him and Josh Hader, and he actually had the better numbers. Even though Josh Hader is supposed to be the better closer, Holmes had the better numbers.
Advanced analytic nerds, they love Clay Holmes because he's amazing when it comes to the advanced analytics. But when it comes to the stuff on the field, we all see it. I'll throw it back over to you, NFA. I just want to just shout out a few people in the chat. My guy Michael Caputis is in the building. Caputo,
he's in all
how
in.
you doing? My guy Caputo. Caputo got a smile on his face because the Yankees are 5-0. Anthony Volpe looks like the real deal. Caputo, how you doing? My guys, NYY News numero uno. Ruben is in the building. Ruben, how you doing? My guy, Mikey Rotanda's in the building. Mikey Rowe, how you doing? I hope all is well with my guy, Mikey Rowe. Anthony Medina says, I believe what might happen is that when when Garrett Cole comes back, Luis Hill may go to the bullpen just to watch his innings. And I think that in all reality, that's going to be what happens. If Luis Hill is holding the fort down until Garrett Cole comes back, you can see Luis Hill just being put to that bullpen. Let him go out there, get 2 innings at a time, 3 innings at a time. Use him as a spot starter. I can see that as being the future for when it comes to that scenario. Javier Velez is in the building. Let's say this: Volpe and Soto, they have the best batting average in Major League Baseball right now. Say that again, and I'm going to say that with my chest. Anthony Volpe and Juan Soto, they have the best batting average in baseball right now. And I know it's only 5 games. I get that. I'm going to have some Met fans in my DMs. I'm going to have some Met fans in my notifications. I hear the Red Sox fans. I hear the Baltimore. I get that. But guess what? I don't care. I'm standing on business. The Yankees are 5-0. Juan Soto's a future MVP. Anthony Volpe is an all-star. And Aaron Judge is the World Series MVP. Mark it in the books. My guy Ness in the building says Hamilton looks like a closer, not like Holmes, who looks like a deer in the headlights. I know he's getting it done, but we need to keep a close eye and not be afraid to make a change. And that right there, I think, is something that we could all agree in. If the things are going bad, if Clay Holmes is not able to handle the job and do the job, just don't be afraid to make a change when a change is needed. Go ahead, NFA. I'll let you finish your take and then throw it over to TC.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, I like Clay Holmes. I hope as far as his opportunities to close games, hopefully that improves. But if there are multiple games where he's blowing saves, the Yankees have to make a change. They absolutely have to make a change. And, whether do they put Ian Hamilton there or somebody else, but they need to change that if he starts messing up.
Yeah, so, go ahead, TC. I'll throw it over to you. My guy Joe Schmo Train says, "Say no to Cardiac Clay." I like that nickname, Cardiac Clay. Go ahead, TC.
Clay,
yeah. Before all the comments came up, I was gonna ask all you guys, what do you think about Ian Hamilton as the closer and make Clay Holmes the setup guy? Because Ian Hamilton looks like he has the makeup for a closer, and he has that strikeout stuff, and that's what we need as a closer. This, ground ball, all over the place, Clay Holmes, it just has us all nervous. And that 9th inning, you got to get those 3 outs, and he makes it seem like it's 10 outs because it's just it's like pulling teeth. It's come on, get out of this. He's done a great job so far this year. I mean, he's got help by his defense, but yeah, I think if he starts faltering, I think you got to make a change. And Ian Hamilton looks like the guy to do it. And we have other, Luis Hill, if he ends up, being pushed to the bullpen, I wouldn't mind seeing him late in innings too. So we got options.
Yeah, I want to shout out my guy Joey Bag of Donuts in the chat. Hey, Joey Donuts, how you doing, my guy? My guy Devin Nolan is in the building. Dev, how you doing? Hope all's well. Salute to you. Uncle Grandpa Tats. A lot of new people. Let us know if this is the first time in the building. Uncle Grandpa Tat says, I said it on our preview show. Hamilton is going to be our best reliever, regardless of whatever role that he is put in. And I agree with Uncle Tats. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if Ian Hamilton is suited for that Michael King role. Hear me out. Hamilton last year, he was best used 1 inning. When Hamilton was being used for multiple innings, that's when he got injured, and that's when he started to break down towards the end of the season. I'm not a fan of using Ian Hamilton for multiple innings. If you want to use Ian Hamilton for 1 inning, fine. I'll take that. I may not want that ideally for my closer, but if I could get it out of Hamilton for 1 inning and keep him healthy, I would definitely do that. I want to shout out my friend Erica Garcia, who is in the building. My friend from Yankees Twitter, Erica. Hope all is well. Definitely. And for anybody that's going to be in the building, opening day is this Friday. If you're going to be at Yankee Stadium, hit me up. I would love to link up with a lot of Yankee fans that are out there. And if you have nothing to do the day before, right, go on Twitter, go to Keith McPherson's Twitter. I think 4:00 p.m. they're doing something at the T-Mobile store in Times Square. It's going to be Paul O'Neill, Cecil Fielder, and Keith McPherson. So if you're a Yankee fan, if you got some free time tomorrow on Thursday, make sure you guys head up to the T-Mobile store on 42nd Street. Go meet some legends like Paul O'Neill and Cecil Fielder. Go ahead and TC, I see you got your eyes searching over there. What you looking at?
Joe brought up if Nick Birdie would be suited for closer. I mean, I don't know if Aaron Boone has that much confidence yet in him. I mean, he's just new to the team and he's off Tommy John surgery, and it's a good a good story, but as of right now, I think Hamilton would, if we're gonna go to a change, I think Hamilton would be the guy. Birdie looks good. He does look good, but
he still has to earn that trust from not only the manager, but from the fan base also. The fans have to feel comfortable when it comes to Birdie. What's your thoughts on Birdie, NFE?
I like Birdie. I do like Birdie, but I'm going to step on the brakes as far as him being a closer for now. Right? We'll see how he develops, but I like what I'm seeing from him so far.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about him.
I like his role right now.
I
like his role. 100%. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We got over 155 people in the building rocking with us right now. If you guys can, please smack that like button and hit that subscribe button for your boys. Because when it comes to subscribers, we are at 4,033 subscribers. In a couple of weeks, April 15th will be the 1-year anniversary for us over here at Morning Brew Sports. We started off on another channel, the Knights of Dejan. We got them to about like 1,500 subscribers. We had to leave them, and we started this channel. It's about to be a year. A year anniversary is coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing a live stream for that whole day. We'll figure out how we're going to do it. But folks, appreciate all of you guys that came and support us. A1 since day one. My guy TC, my guy NFE, of course, Uncle Grandpa Tats in the chat. My guy Richie Rivera, Empire State of Baseball. It feels like I've known this man forever, even though we just met a few months ago. Shout out to my guy Richie Rivera. Of course, Mikey Caputo, Mike Rontondo, Big Time Jerry, my friend Erica. Erica says, my thoughts on Holmes right now is tranquilo. Cógelo suave. Absolutely, Erica. I want to go over to the
Don't forget the producer of the year, Jigga. Is he back there, Jigga?
I was seeing if he was available to come talk, but I don't think he wants to talk to people.
There he is.
There he is.
Come on, Jigga.
I was gonna say he's probably dancing.
Hey, make sure you guys tune into his
positivity.
Positive show every day, Mondays through Fridays at 9:00 in the morning. If you need a little dose of positivity. But over to the Yankee pitching side of things. Yesterday, Luis Hill was out there. Let me remove the banner real quick. Luis Hill was out there, 4 2/3. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Luke Weaver came in after him. He pitched 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk. And then you had Nick Birdie and Victor Gonzalez to round it out. Nick Birdie, 1 strikeout, Victor Gonzalez, 1 hit. And the Yankee pitching staff, we gave up our first run out of the bullpen yesterday. We know this bullpen wasn't going to go 0.00 ERA the entire season. They gave up a run. You guys quit your crying because they gave up a 1. But no, I like how this pitching staff looks. 1 through 5, we've seen every starting pitcher. Nestor Cortez, we want to see him have a better outing. It's good to say, hey, the only starting pitcher that had a bad outing was Nestor Cortez, going 4 or 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, 3 to 4 runs. That's a good outing. I'll take that. For the first 5 games of the season, I'll take that from our starting rotation. Obviously, Nestor's going tonight against Zach Gallen, the ace for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's see what Nasty Nestor can do. I'll throw it over to you, TC, to get your thoughts on the starting rotation for the first week, and then throw it over to NFE. And I'm going to put the link for the open panel in the chat. Like always, you guys are more than welcome to come up for the open panel. Just be respectful to the terms and services of YouTube. If TC is in the middle of saying something, if NFE is in the middle of saying something, give them the same time that we're going to give you. Do not interrupt anybody. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, so Nestor, he gave us a scare, like the season was over, right off the bat, down 4-0, but he gutted it out. And he made it through 5 innings, which shocked. Shocked me. I think all of Yankee world thought he was done after 3 innings. So, he bounced back, kept him in the game, and allowed them to make that comeback. But yeah, the rotation. Rodon had a good game. You know, he struggled. It was a struggle. He only gave 1 run. Stroman looked really good. 6 innings, 3 runs. And Clark Schmidt, he didn't get enough credit. He pitched. I think he pitched the best out of everybody. I mean, 6 innings, 3 runs. He was in control that whole game, other than, you know, that 6th inning or the 5th inning. And then Hill, you know, rounded it out with a good performance. But last night, we didn't give enough credit to Luke Weaver coming in and pitching that 2 1/3 innings and keeping it down to, you know, he only gave 1 run. And that's a tough spot because, you know, these guys, you know, three times through the lineup, these guys are ready to go. And he did a great job. You know, he might have that. He might have that Michael King role, long guy. You know, 2-3 innings. But he saved the bullpen. I mean, that's the key to the season, is to manage this bullpen. And he was able to you know, allow Boone to only use four pitchers. And Victor Gonzalez and Birdie, instead of having to, you know, go to guys you know, multiple games. I know he wanted to stay away from that, but good credit, you know, big credit to Luke Weaver.
I just gotta say, I just love this chat. We got Erica Garcia, we got Devin Nolan. Apparently they were friends and haven't seen each other in 15 years, and they found each other in this chat. Shout out to you guys in the building. That right there is awesome. Before I throw it up, you see that? That's awesome. That's bringing long lost friends together. Shout out to the chat. If you guys can, please smack that like button. We got over 150 people in the building. So stop trying to make it hard. It's not gonna happen. All right, stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen. All right, you can't make fetch happen. Okay, I'm gonna bring up my guy Chris to join us right now. As I bring up Chris, I'm gonna throw it over to NFE to get his take right now. Go ahead, NFE. If I could just the buttons. Okay, I'm not pressing nothing. Go ahead, NFE.
Yeah, you mentioned the Yankees bullpen giving up a run. Trade him, fire him. That's it.
Yeah,
it's over. It's done. Just kidding. But no, you know what, man? The starting rotation they were fantastic, right? Even with Nestor's rough start, he left the game on a high note. So I was very happy with Nestor. I thought Clark Schmidt pitched the best out of all of them. Maybe Luis Hill. I'll put Luis Hill at the top. Then Clark Schmidt. Both of those guys pitched very well. I think Schmidt might have been left in there for a little too long, but the thing is, I understood why they kept him in there, because he looked great from the start of the game, you know. And then he kind of collapsed a little bit, but that's all right. You know, the bullpen still came through in the clutch and did what they had to do. So as far as Luke Weaver goes, he's the perfect guy for those you know, multiple innings, right? For him to come out and pitch. You could say the same with and his name was, I was just thinking of his name right now, Loaisaga, if he could stay healthy.
Yes.
Loaisaga is another guy who
game 1 he pitched 2 innings.
Yeah, he pitched exactly TC. He pitched 2 innings. So you have 2 guys in the bullpen that could come out and give you multiple innings and eat up those innings. So I like Loaisaga. I've always liked Loaisaga. Weaver's great. As long as those guys, especially Loaisaga, can stay healthy, you know, they'll be, you know, they can help this team win, especially coming out of that bullpen, man. It's like you can't ask for 2 better guys to come out of your bullpen and pitch 2-3 innings and help this team win.
Yeah, I want to throw it over to my guy Chris from Yankees Pod. Chris, my brother, aka the evil twin of Josh Hart. Chris, I'll throw it over to you. How you feeling? 5-0. You standing on business, baby? Oh, you muted. Oh, there you go.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, fellas. 5-0, baby. 5-0. You know, some quick points. You know it. To what TC said earlier, right? You know, when you're running through the lineup, and obviously a couple guys didn't get hits, but they got walks, right? Like Stanton.
Yes.
Usually last year, that's 0 for 4 with 3 Ks, right? And a ground out or something. You know, Rizzo, same thing. You know, he had a walk. Glaber, 2 hits. So full team effort, man. Full team effort. And I want to say this, something I said earlier was the pitch counts for opposing pitchers. Go through the 5 games, 171, 177, 158, 132, and 166. That's the recipe for success, right? You want those pitch counts high, bro. Like we're taking out these pitches early. We're getting, to the relievers. We're making them pitch as well. Soto, 2 walks last night. No hits, but 2 walks. That's important. You want to rack up that pitch count. And again, the minimum for the first 5 games is 132 pitches. The other games are all 160s and 170s. You're going to win a lot of games doing that, especially with this lineup. Volpe, man. Volpe might, listen, don't want to get too crazy. Volpe might be going for a batting title this year.
Yeah, not even a batting title, right? That batting title may be crazy, but an all-star nod, right? I was going to ask you this, and you set it up perfectly, my guy. If you can, 1 through 10, 10 being the top possibility, 1 being ain't never going to happen. What's your thoughts on Anthony Volpe possibly being an all-star this year? If you had to put a number on it, 1 to 10, how you feeling, Chris?
Nothing in life is guaranteed, right? So I'll go 9.9.
There you go. Ooh. Gotta love it. Chris, Yankees Pod, appreciate you like always. Folks in the chat, make sure you guys go and support my guy Chris from Yankees Pod. I know it's 12 o'clock. You gotta link up with our guy Jimmy Randanzo, and then you got your Twitter space at 1 o'clock as well. Yep. And I'll be in your Twitter space, brother. Appreciate you, Chris.
Talk to you guys in a few. Everybody have a good one on the 6-0 tonight, baby.
Let's go, baby. 6-0. So we got more people backstage that I'm going to bring up, and I'm going to bring you guys up as you showed up in the queue. So I got my guy, NYY News Ruben. I got my guy, Big Time Jerry, Michael Caputo, Sunil, and then Sean Browning. I'm going to bring you guys up as you showed up in the queue. I appreciate Sunil not having batting practice in his living room as he's watching the show right now. Shout out to my guy, Sunil. But Ruben, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to rock. Got a thumbs up. My guy, Ruben. Rube, my brother. How you feeling? Talk to the people. Go ahead.
I'm doing good, guys. Definitely up to the great start that I think most of us would have dreamed of, and it's nice to see it actually happening. Definitely encouraged by the fact that this team offensively, the at-bats, they're not giving away at-bats. And that's what I appreciate the most, is the fact that they're actually, like, whether it's early, middle, late in the game or anything like that, they're actually fighting every pitch. So that's what I really appreciated. Despite Stan every now and then, like I'm not down on Stan, but he needs to stop guessing. Like, he needs to do what he did last night, where he was really paying attention to the pitch rather than guessing, oh, this is what's gonna be thrown. Because the problem is he's guessing wrong too often. And they can easily telegraph, like, his body language, like, oh, he's going to swing no matter what. So, but besides that, it's a great start. The bullpen has been good. The starting pitching has been phenomenal. I mean, Luiso was disgusting last night. And I think he has the best stuff out of the staff right now. So.
Looks good.
I got a question that I want to throw you away from my friend Erica that's in the chat. Erica says, if Volpe continues this way, the way he is, when does Volpe become the leadoff hitter? And I'm gonna throw it over to you, Ruben, because you and I, there was a big topic that we discussed. If Anthony Volpe was to have a good season this year, if he was to have a bounce back season, are the Yankees hesitant when it comes to putting him in that spot to lead off the game? What's your thoughts, Ruben? And also, like I asked my guy Chris, if you had to give a grade 1 to 10, 10 being the possibility of, oh yeah, Volpe will make an all-star team this year, what's your thoughts? But answer the first one and then the second one afterwards. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So the first one, I've always been a big Volpe guy in terms of, like, saying that he can hit for a much higher average than people give him credit for. I just think he just needs to make that adjustment. So a lot of people were saying, oh, he's a 250 hitter. I never thought that. Like, he had and people looked at his minor league stats, but they kind of ignored that 2022 season. He got out to a really slow start. He was in a horrific slump to start that season. Once you remove that month, he was a 290, 280 plus hitter the rest of the way. So I think this is the kind of Volpe that we should truly expect, that he should be a 280, 290, 300 hitter. And as a leadoff hitter, I think it's very possible. The only thing is that, let's say if Gleyber actually gets it going offensively, and makes me wonder if Boone might not want to switch it up and, like, let it go, like, just let it keep going. Now, if Gleyber continues to struggle and Volpe keeps doing his thing, then the chirping will start more. We're like, oh, we need to move Volpe to lead off. But given how much RBI opportunities he's getting lower in the order with him hitting consistently, they might be hesitant to move him there, especially if Gleyber starts actually doing well at leadoff.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the success that Gleyber has at leadoff versus Volpe's success, because Volpe, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. So, and then in terms of All-Star, I think definitely, like Chris said, 9.9.
9.9, because nothing is guaranteeing life, right? Ruben, before I let you go, I know you're the maestro when it comes to the numbers. Nasty Nestor Cortez, this starting rotation through the first 5 games. What's your thoughts on it? And should we have concerns for Nestor Cortez before I let you go to bring up the next person to join us? Go ahead, Rubes.
I don't have any concern for Cortez, because like he's pitching the way he's always pitched. The problem was just the first inning jitters on opening day. That's what I chalk it up to, is that once he got his first inning out of the way, actually after that home run he hit, they hit off of him in the second inning, he settled down. Like he said, all right, screw the jitters. Like I need to like start pitching. So like to me, he's still a guy that can give you a really, really solid ERA, and could still potentially be a guy that gives you an ERA at 2.9. You know, because I don't. His stuff hasn't diminished from the last 2 years. So why can't he repeat what he did the last 2 years? Despite that, yes, he has to adjust a little bit more, but his command was just off on that first inning and a third.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna automatically discount Nestor just yet. And he was good like the following innings. If it wasn't for him not being built up,
didn't he retire like 12 straight batters? My fault for cutting you off.
No, you're good, bro. Yeah, like he retired a whole bunch of batters in a row. If it wasn't for him not being fully 100% built up in terms of pitch count, he probably could have had one extra inning.
So like it was 12 batters.
12 of the last 13. 12 of the last 13.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So in that aspect, to me, I really think that that I'm not worried about Nestor. Like, but then again, I'm biased on Nestor. So
yeah.
But definitely, and what was the other part of the question? You had something else to the question about Nestor.
No. I the starting rotation 1 through 5. What's your? I said, should Yankee fans have concerns? What's your thoughts about 1 through 5, and should we be worried about Nestor?
Nah, I wouldn't be concerned about any of them, to be honest. Like I've been a big guy of like not signing Snell. Like, would I have welcomed it? Sure, but I didn't think it was necessary. Like, because I think we have way too many arms to keep continuing to spend in free agency on pitching. Stroman wants to be here. So that's the one thing that I like about Stroman pitching, even though I had my concerns about him, even though there's a lot of things about his pitching profile that I do like, but my concern was him pitching in New York and everything. We'll see how that goes as time goes on. But the biggest thing is that Stroman wants to be here. Yeah. And I don't want any pitchers out here coming to New York that don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm good with this staff. Everybody wants to be here. Rodon wants to be here. Stroman wants to be here. Luis Hill's been forever like posting about how crazy he's to just get back. So I think this pitching staff has been underrated. I know Rodon and Nestor had really bad years last year. But I think too many people are putting a 1-year stock on these two guys, then focusing on, hey, they're healthy now.
Yeah.
They're probably going to pitch much more to the last 2 years prior.
And I think health should be a big takeaway when we're having a conversation about both Marcus Stroman and Carlos Rodon. Because before that injury, Marcus Stroman, he was top favorite for getting that NL Cy Young. If that injury never happened, who would have known what happened at the end of the season? And then when you come to Carlos Rodon, he had an amazing season with the San Francisco Giants before joining the New York Yankees. And Nestor as well. But Rubes, appreciate you like always, my guy. Make sure you give my guy Ruben a follow on X. And make sure you go and support him and our friend Don Sicario. Los Dos Bodies. Be talking baseball over there on NYY News. Appreciate you, Ruben.
Peace out, guys. Take care.
That's my guy. That's my guy, Ruben. We got big time Jerry backstage, but his camera's black now. Jerry, let me know if you're gonna join us, Jerry.
Come on.
Got your camera off,
big
Jerry.
Time.
What you doing? All right, so I'm gonna keep Jerry back there. Before I bring up Jerry, I'm gonna bring up my guy, Michael Caputo. He got the hat like this.
Okay,
so I gotta put my hat like that. Caputo, Talk to the people. The Yankees are 5-0. Anthony Volpe looks like the real deal. Are you happy, Caputo, with life? Are you good? Is everything fine?
Yeah, it's great. They're 5-0. I'm very happy with the start. You really couldn't ask for anything more. I just want to see Aaron Judge wake up because he's been in the slump, but he just that's the only thing, him and Stanton. But everything looks great. I mean, this team has World Series aspirations, man. It's great being a Yankee fan right now. It's I really can't say anything more. I mean, what else? I think they're going to sweep this series.
Okay.
I think we're going to sweep. I think I was telling you yesterday. I think we're going to sweep.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for opening day this Friday. Stroman's going to pitch. I think he's going to be pumped up.
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait either, man. Soto, we're going to see the Soto shuffle. It's stadium.
Even though Juan Soto was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game, he had that strikeout looking with when the count was 2-2. It was a borderline pitch. The confidence, the excitement. Juan Soto, his at bats, it's like a movie that you're watching from his at bats. He's putting on a show out there when he's in the batter's backs. Caputo, I gotta ask you, 1 to 10, Anthony Volpe. I know this offseason you was a big critique of Anthony Volpe, but if you had to put a number on it, 1 to 10, 10 being yes, 1 being no, Anthony Volpe, possibility making of the All-Star team this year, what number are you putting on it, Caputis?
I think he's going to make the All-Star game. I see a huge improvement this year. He made a huge adjustment. I'm sorry, my words.
Yeah.
He made a huge adjustment this year. I think this guy's going to bat over 300. I think he might even win a batting title. I mean, sky's the limit for this kid.
Listen, sky's the limit. As long as he stays compact, as long as he stays in his swing and not try to do too much, enjoy the success you're having right now. Don't try to do too much and don't try to become a player that you're not. I appreciate what we're getting from Anthony Volpe. Caputis, though, last hot take. You said we sweeping them. What's the score for today? What's the score? What's the score you got?
Okay, it's Zach Allen. This is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be 3-2 Yankees.
Copy. Okay. Caputo's my guy. I'll see you out there on these Twitter streets, my guy. You be safe, baby.
Keep up the positive vibes, Caputo.
That's my guy, Michael Caputo. Positive vibes for Caputo. It's a bunch of positivity going around in the Yankees community. And we got big time Jerry backstage. Jerry, let me get a thumbs up. Hold on, wait. I gotta do it properly. Hold on. Jerry, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to go. Big time, Jerry. How you doing? Good morning, Jerry. I missed you, you handsome bastard.
Oh, you got the new hat. I bought him that hat. He's got that new hat on.
Nice. And guess what? You're still muted, Jerry.
Come on.
There you go. Hey.
All right. We got it together?
We got it together,
we got
Jerry.
You now.
How you feeling?
First of all, congratulations on reaching 4K.
Thank you, Jerry.
I'm so happy for you guys. You and Jigger and Todd. Just keep it up. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate you, Dad.
I like your logo.
That's you like the new logo? You like it? Yeah, we trying stuff different for 2024. It's a new season. Yankees got a new hitting coach. We had to get a new logo, Jerry.
My feet are off the ground. I can't believe the stop. The pitching has been great, and getting the offense to come around. They're cutting down on the home runs, but they're getting the hits at the proper time. This team right now is unbelievable. Volpe, chicken palm. You must be eating a lot of chicken palm.
A lot of chicken palm.
Yeah.
Extra cheese.
Yeah.
Jerry, I want to ask you, right? Biggest surprise for this season so far, first 5 games, what is the biggest surprise from this team that you see as a stark difference than the team from last year that we all cried and suffered watching?
Salsa Soto makes the big difference. He's got the swag, and I like Verdugo too. We finally have a left fielder, which we didn't have, and it makes a whole world of difference. This team is really rocking, and I hope they just keep going. Plus, being on the road, I don't think Houston knew what hit them, because they have our number. Well, they did have our number.
What's happening with the camera, Dad?
Is you good over there? Just you going through an earthquake? Is you good over there? This is what I'm seeing from Jerry. This is all I'm seeing.
Jumping Jerry
Jerry's
over there.
camera. Jerry, I want to ask you last question before I let you go. When it comes to Anthony Volpe, right, 1 to 10, he's having an amazing start to the season. But if you had to put a number on it, what number are you putting when it comes to Volpe possibly making the All-Star team this year?
Oh, he'll be up there as long as he keeps hitting the ball the way he is. I'll tell you, there's a big difference in him. You could see it that year that he had. There's a heck of a difference. He's an entirely different player. Oh, this thing is shaking.
No, it's good. Jerry,
Right.
what's the Yankees record to end the season? What do you have the Yankees ending the season now when you look at this team on paper?
95, 96 victories.
There you go,
Possibly
baby.
more, but that's what I see, 95 to 96.
I asked you that because last year, you remember when you thought they were going to finish 66 and 96, but it's basically a difference. You think they're going to win 96 games this year and lose 66, Jerry. Appreciate you like always, big time. I can't wait to see you in person again. I can't wait to go to the stadium and catch some games with you, Jerry.
We had a good time, Hector. I really loved seeing you.
Yeah,
and,
definitely did.
Casey's son, Fun Time too was there, so that
maybe in
great.
September.
Maybe
right?
in September. Cross our fingers, and we'll try to make that happen. Jerry, love you, appreciate you like always. Thank you for rocking out and being supportive with us.
God bless you. God bless you.
Love you, Dad.
That's my guy, big time, Jerry. We got 2 more people backstage. I got my guy Sunil and I got my guy Sean Browning, and I'm guys gonna bring you guys up, but I'm gonna bring up the wise sage from the Yankees community, my guy Sudi Sunil. I told you, bro, fucking no batting practice, okay? We don't have insurance, so if you hurt yourself, we can't get you covered. My guy, what is wrong with you?
It's blitzball, not wiffle ball. That's firstly, it's a variation of wiffle ball. If you guys go look on YouTube, it's actually this thing actually moves like wicked.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah. Okay. It's if you get those sliders,
Sunil shuffle.
Yeah.
The Sunil. I was about to bring it up. Yeah, the Sunil shuffle. Just so you guys know, Sunil's going to be starting pickleball competitions with NFE coming up in the next couple of months. It's going to be pickleball. It's going to be blitzball, and you may see some cricket out there as well because Sunil's a big fan of cricket.
Yeah. Let's keep the cricket on the side for now.
Okay, so now let's get some Yankees talk in there, bro. Speak on the game real quick. Let us know how you feeling, and then throw it over to NFE and TC. I want to get them in on the conversation as well. Go ahead, bro.
5-0. I'm still digesting whether this is a mirage or, considering yesterday was April Fool's too, so there's that. So So is this reality? Is it? I mean, the words from the Bohemian Rhapsody Queen song kind of echo loudly on this one, but yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm embracing it so far. I like what I see. Just my only thoughts are don't get off to too high a start. That way, if you start crashing down, then Yankee fans, you know how we are, how emotional we can get. We can go from that World Trade Center high all the way down. Yeah. No, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I didn't mean to bring it up in the wrong context. I just.
Well, you did already, so just a moot point now. But now to the Nestor Cortez for
Empire
tonight.
State Building high. Let's rephrase it. Empire State Building high. Strike the last one. Delete the recording.
And every time you try to fix it, it just makes it worse. But
Jigga, edit that out, please.
Concerns for Nestor Cortez tonight, Sunil, and then I want to throw it over to NFE and TC to get them in on the conversation before I bring up Sean Browner to get ready to wrap things up. Go ahead.
He's not going to that leg kick stuff that he was notorious for in 2022, and it's largely due to the pitch clock. He needs to basically he needs to get back to that to become a little bit more effective. We saw him go down to arm injuries because he started going more fireballing last year. We can't have that. That's my only concern right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. NFE, I want to throw it over to you to get your take what Sunil brought up about Nestor Cortez. I know we spoke about him earlier as well, but I want to get your take and then throw it over to TC before we let Sunil go. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, it's like I've been saying. I mean, Nestor Cortez, he's been the biggest question mark for me in that rotation. And that game against Houston in the season opener, he gave up those 4 runs in 2 innings. And yeah, we were all concerned. We were all wondering how is he going to be able to bounce back, or is this going to be a blowout? That's what it was looking like. But from that 3rd through 5th inning, he looked excellent. He found his groove.
Yeah.
He settled down. Matt Blake settled him down, and pitched well. He left the game on a high note. As far as tonight goes, we'll see. Right, we'll see. We need a solid start from him. I don't want to see him giving up 3-4 runs in an inning where the team has to come back from behind. Although the Yankees have shown that they could come back from behind so far, but let's just hope that he has a stronger start and continues that way before he gets taken out. So I just want to see a better start from him as far as the first inning goes.
And I just wanted to add one piece of information to what NFE just said.
Go ahead and throw it over to TC.
Yeah, so you're talking about 2 different ballparks in which Nestor's pitched in his first 2 games. One of them plays really small, Minute Maid Park, and then the other one has space forever. So you saw what the Astros did in that that little 2x4 trash can they have in the armpit of the U.S. But then you also see that if you have hits that hit the gap, they could be running forever.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's the one thing I wanted to bring up. That ballpark is so big once it gets into the gaps, it feels like it's going forever and ever. It's like Ebbets Field. You guys remember watching videos and seeing pictures and photos of Ebbets Field? It's the same thing. Crazy story. My friend hated playing me in MLB The Show because I will always pick Ebbets Field and I will always hit it to right or left center field. He hated playing against me because I would do that and I will always pick a knuckleball pitcher. Yeah. Go ahead, TC. I'll throw it over to you before we let Sunil go.
Yeah, like NFE said, we needed the Nestor from game 1 from the 3rd through the 5th inning on. We need that guy attacking the hitters. He can't be predictable. That's the thing. He's got to. I think he almost has to pitch backwards because he's getting predictable. The hitters know what's coming, and he just needs to tweak his game a little bit, be more aggressive. I want to see some of the tricky windups. I didn't see that in game 1. I want to see, keep him off balance. Keep him guessing. But he's got to give us some length today because the bullpen, again, we use Luke Weaver. He's not pitching. I don't want to see Loaizaga already in the 3rd or 4th inning. It's just a recipe for disaster. So Nestor's got to, keep Arizona, within 3 or less runs, at least go 5 innings, 5 to 6. I mean, that would, definitely help out the bullpen. But I think he'll bounce back, and I think he's, I think he's going to pitch a good game today.
Yeah, definitely. So now got that last thing to ask you, and then I got Sean Browning. I'm going to bring up. I got my friend Erica backstage as well. I'm going to bring up Erica as well. 1 to 10, Volpe making the All-Star team. What's the number you put it on it?
I heard Chris what he said. Sorry, Chris. I'm going to bring it down 0.05. I'm going to say 9.95. There's still uncertainty. But I'm optimistic on this, and I want to really quickly answer the question that Nest TBG put out there in the chat. The spin rate is definitely higher than on this thing than it is in wiffle ball. You go on YouTube and look for blitzball videos. This thing moves crazy.
I just want to point something out. Sunil's that person that if you guys are watching the Wheel of Fortune, If somebody says, I think it's 98 cents, Sunil's going to say 99 cents because he's that much of a douchebag. Sunil, the price is right. The price is right. I'm sorry. The price is right. I'm sorry. Price is right. You know what I was talking about, okay? Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right. It's the same.
You've been watching too much. You've been watching too much Turner Classic movies. That's all I got to say.
You know, when I used to stay home from school, it was always Maury, Jerry Springer, The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune. That's all it was. Sunil, appreciate you like always. Thank you so much. Always will see you out there. That's my guy. So now I'm going to bring up my friend Sean Browning. Sean, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to rock out. My guy Sean Browning looking fresh.
Hey.
Also, Sean, where you going,
you got
my
competition
guy?
there.
You got a hot little date. Where you going, Sean?
No, I got to go to work, unfortunately.
Okay.
But,
well, before you go to work, I want to say you're looking dapper. You're looking clean, my guy. I like the fit. But I'm going to throw it over to you. Let us know how you feel about these Yankees 5-0, baby.
The Bronx Savages are back, revenge style.
They back, baby. They back, baby.
I mean, look at this. 6 pitches per at-bat per batter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and that's
minimum.
the average through season.
Through the first 5 games, yep.
Yeah. And it's like almost every time we're getting 3-2, 3-2, 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
And also the aggressiveness on the base pass, like, and it's fundamental. Like, it's not like they're being stupid trying to be over aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like giving,
being smart.
Being smart about it. And then I'm not worried about Judge or Stanton right now because Stanton usually slow starter.
Mm-hmm.
Judge, because of the abdominal issues during spring training, his time is a little off, but you see him starting to heat up. So, and Rizzo, man. Rizzo.
You can't say anything wrong about Rizzo. Rizzo is still going to be a solid player no matter what. Shout out to Anthony Rizzo. He's had an amazing career. It's good to see him bounce back after that horrible concussion vision issue he had last year. Right. I still blows my mind. As somebody that I worked as an EMT for years, I still can't believe how the Yankees medical staff, these are dudes that went to college for this shit. They went to college and they allowed him to play for 2 months with that going on. That right there is neglect at the highest degree when you look at it from a medical aspect.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, concussion is one of the hardest things to bounce back from because it messes with your neuron, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm not no doctor or anything.
Right. Timing, your balance. Yeah.
Yeah, balance. Head and neck injuries are just so hard to deal with coming back. But the fact that the whole team is playing well too, and Verdugo's contributing, Wells, Tribino
got some good at bats from everybody in this lineup. Sean, I want to ask you, when it comes to Volpe, before I let you go, 1 to 10, what number are you giving it when it comes to the possibility of Sir Chicken Parm making the All-Star team?
9.99999 for Chicken.
Wow, okay.
Viva la Volpe, man.
Viva la Volpe.
I like it.
Viva la Volpe.
Sean Browning, appreciate you like always. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for always rocking out with us since day one. Make sure you're with us in the next couple of weeks when we do our 1-year anniversary. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Take care.
Hey, have a good day, Sean.
That's my guy, Sean Browning. And again, what's up with the 9.9? What's going on? It's fucking with my OCD. I like even numbers. I don't like odd numbers. I like even numbers. When I'm going up the stairs and I'm counting, if it's an odd step, I'm going to jump over it because I never like to end it on an odd number. I got one person in the building that I want to bring up. My friend Erica from Twitter. Erica, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready to rock out.
Do you jump over the cracks on the sidewalk as well?
I jump over the cracks because I never want to hurt my mother's back. I learned that as a child, okay? So I'm going to bring up my friend Erica from Yankees Twitter. Hey, Erica, how you doing?
Erica.
What's
Love
up,
the shirt
guys?
as
How
well.
are you? Oh,
Good,
yeah, man, I got this
good.
at the ESPN Beach Bash or whatever last year, so it was a good time.
Nice. Erica, first of all, thank you for showing up. Erica is somebody I met on Yankees Twitter. They're amazing when it comes to giving their takes on the New York Yankees. Very knowledgeable about the game as well. Not your just Yankee fan when they're winning. They're a Yankee fan year in and year out. But Erica, I'll throw it over to you. Give us your take when it comes to this team so far. 5-0. Go ahead.
I mean, there's nothing negative I can say, right? I mean, everything is just working, right? There's obviously some hitters that the guys like Stanton or Judge where he's not to the start that you want him to be at, but everyone's picking each other up, and that's the biggest key here, and that's something we haven't seen in this team since the next man up mentality. And I think this team is better, obviously, with the addition of Soto. But yeah, everyone's just doing the little things right, and I think that that's what's been missing for a long time. Moving the runners over, sack flies being celebrated, right? Like just little things like that. Obviously, they got to clean up some of the defensive issues, but if this continues throughout the year, it's going to be fun, man, and I can't wait to see all you guys in October.
No, definitely. Stark difference, right? I know you talked about the lineup and stuff like that, but do you see a fundamental difference from the 2024 Yankees compared to last year's team, the 2023 Yankees? What do you see as a fan outside looking in?
I mean, fundamentally, I think again, they're more focused on contact. He brought up a great point that there's only been 3 home runs this season, right? No, Volpe had one. So it's a few. It's a handful of home runs,
Not
and
many.
everyone's really focused on just making contact and placing the ball somewhere. If you put the bat on the ball, it'll eventually reach an empty spot on the field. So I think that's the approach fundamentally. I mean, the Yankees have always been good at working counts. I think they got away from that a little bit last season, but you're seeing it more well-rounded 1 through 9. You're seeing, I mean, that righty lefty is huge. And you have a mix of power and contact hitters. So I think fundamentally it is contagious, and that's what I'm seeing. Plus we got a new hitting coach, and shout out to him, because you even see him when Glaber hit that double, I think it was double in the gap yesterday. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like you can see, I think that's the motive.
Yeah. I want to ask you, because Aaron Judge, I know there's a lot of talk going around with Aaron Judge, but the contact he's making, he's not even making hard contact. What's your concerns when it comes to Aaron Judge? Do you think he has any abdominal issues lingering from spring training, or is this just a slow start to the season because he only had 30 at-bats in spring training? What do you make of the whole Aaron Judge nonsense that's going around?
I mean, it could be lingering, maybe. I don't think so. We know that he is a slow starter. A lot of his at bats were kind of dictated by the umpire in the Astros series, with them calling that low strike zone on him. So now he's forced. I mean, he's already tends to swing at those pitches, but now he's kind of forced to swing at those pitches even more. He made really solid contact yesterday, I think, with those 2 at bats with the hits up the middle. So I'm not too concerned. I think, yeah, he'll come out of it. I think if it's like 3 weeks down the line and he's still looking this way, then yeah, maybe it's something lingering from the oblique. But I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Erica, last question before I let you go. And Erica, with the 5-star call, appreciate you for coming up. Before we let you go, Anthony Volpe, the chicken palm, I'm having mine for dinner tonight in honor of Anthony Volpe. But what number are you throwing out there when it comes to realistically, could he make the All-Star team this year? 1 to 10, what number you put it on it?
If he continues this way, I don't want to give a number, because you got guys like Seager, you got Bobby Witt Jr., you got Jeremy Pena, who looks great, you got Gunnar Henderson with that lineup, looks good. So I don't, if he continues this way, then he's a shoo-in, right? But nobody's gonna hit 600 on the year. So he will come back down to earth. I think factoring those guys in, I would say there's a 65% chance that he makes the All-Star game. Just given those other guys are gonna give him a run for his money. So he might not be a starter, but he'll definitely be off the bench.
Copy. Erica, appreciate you like always. Thank you so much for being so nice on Yankees Twitter, because Michael Caputo just said it in the chat right now. Erica is the best and one of the nicest people, and I'm a double down on that, because that's true. Erica, I'll be at the game this Friday, opening day. I know you said you're going to be there, so let's try to link up before the game. All right, I'll probably be at Billy's, or I'll probably be outside getting some content, doing some fan on the street questions, but I'll DM you and we'll set it up. All right.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yankees. Thank you so much, Erica. It's my friend Erica from Yankees Twitter. I have friends on Twitter at TC. Are you proud of me?
Very proud. Why not?
Nice.
Everybody loves you, Hector. What are you talking about?
Nice. No, I don't like Twitter because look at that one. That's fancy. Oh, what about that one? Oh, no, what about that one? No, not that one. There you go. It's that one. Okay, I figured it out. All right, before we get out of here, I'm gonna throw it over to my guy NFE. NFE, let's get your last take for this morning. Go ahead, bro, and then throw it over to TC, and we're gonna wrap things up. Appreciate everybody for showing up. We got over 160 people in the building rocking with us. If you guys can, smack that like button and hit the subby wubby for your boys. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so as far as Anthony Volpe making the All-Star team, I'll just say 9, right? If he continues playing this way, I'll say 9. I'm not going to say 9.5 or 9.999. I'm going to say 9. Let's hope the Yankees can get another win, go 6-0. They're going up against a very good pitcher in Zach Allen. But I think this is a different story though with the bats. We have seen so far in these 5 games that they have a lot of patience. They're working the count. They're making these opposing pitchers work, and they're shutting them down, right? So I'm expecting big things, and I'm going to expect a better performance from Nestor tonight. I have high hopes for him.
Okay, TC, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, same. It's gonna be a hard fought game today. Zach Allen's gonna give them some troubles, and it's gonna be a test. So Yankees gonna have to buckle down, and Nestor's gonna have to give them some length, give them 5-6 innings. I hope, and the hitters just do what they're doing. Take the pitches and grind out at bats. It's gonna take some hits and some stolen bases and some sac flies. It's not gonna be home runs again. Being all or nothing. This team just keep doing what they're doing. Be consistent. Just grind it out. I mean, the hits will come. Judge, Stanton, they'll get theirs. It's just a matter of time. But it's gonna be a tough game, and glad to be back here on a Tuesday. Excited for the Yankees 5-0. We're gonna go 6-0. Thanks to all the guys showing up, and Sean and NFE, thank you, and Caputo and Ruben, Erica, all the guys that show up, each and every day on the chat. Love you guys, and let's go Yankees.
Appreciate you all having me on. So
no, of course. I think NFE is going to be the third co-host for this thing going forward. I don't know. I got to have a conversation with him, but I want to shout out everybody. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Erica, first time on the open panel. Hopefully she comes up a lot because Erica is very knowledgeable when it comes to talking about the sport of baseball and the New York Yankees. Shout out my guy Jose Medina in the building. Jose, salute to you, my guy. Hope all is well. I just want to throw one thing out there. My guy Richie Rivera from Empire State of Baseball. Shout out to my guy Richie Rivera because he sent me a text message and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm busy, I'm at work, I can't chat, but I wanted to throw this to you." And thank you, Richie, for this. In Aaron Judge's MVP season in 2022, in his first 44 at-bats, Aaron Judge had a .250 batting average, a .736 OPS, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 14 strikeouts. It took Aaron Judge 44 at-bats to get his first home run of the season, and he went on to hit 60 more home runs after his first 44 at-bats. So I understand the critiques when it comes to Aaron Judge, but Yankee fans, enjoy what we have in the moment, because what we have in the moment is better than what the fuck we had in the past. But until next time, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you drink some water, say something nice about your neighbor, and like always, deuces.